So today we are talking to Shri Prabhakar Nayak ji. He is a chartered accountant by profession, 55 years of practice. What are the mistakes that you see the people do when they register a trust or a society or a Section 8? Common mistakes. When it comes to Section 8, maybe a lot of CSRs and donors believe it is better compared to a regular trust or regular society. Is it a misnorm or is it a misunderstanding or is it true?
It's a corporate culture.
Okay.
I call it as.
And these board meetings and documentation, would it help for this?
Yes. It's a platform where we can discuss within ourselves. My experience is majority of the people are not reading their own documents.
They made it, kept it somewhere. Doing
registered. And afterwards they thought it is a registered. Okay, fine. It is a good document to be preserved and it is preserved.
How will the conflict resolution happen in a trust or a Section 8 company? Yeah, they will just ask, can you give me receipt of ATG?
Because that person intends to have the tax benefit by donating. On 20th March 2026, new income tax rule 2026 has been released, approved.
Okay. Prakarsha Academy is on a mission of empowering NPOs to perform better in whatever services they are into by educating, participating in their organizational activities. It is based out of Bangalore, started about a couple of years ago with a very clear understanding that there is a huge gap in terms of NPOs doing their activity versus their practices. So this particular video is free for all. It will be available on YouTube. Please go and watch. So today we are talking to Shri Prabhakar Nayak ji. He is a chartered accountant by profession, 55 years of practice. He has been managing more than 25 NPOs at this point in time, directly or indirectly, being a trustee or being an auditor across the country. At this point in time, he has also taken up a mission in terms of educating, training NPOs across the country to perform better and have perfect legal compliances and financial practices. So, welcome, sir.
Thank you.
He is based out of Udupi. So, we will converse with him now to ensure that we get to know maximum information of whatever we could do in this particular video. Sir, the first question, sir. If I want to start a non-profit in India, should I choose a trust, society or Section 8 company? How do I decide?
Fine. Anybody interested in serving the community, we call it as seva activities. Helping others, those who need it.
Okay.
I advise the interested people first to do the activities.
Okay. All right.
Either in their individual capacity or in association with their friends or the members of the family, so that they will acquaint with the practical issues, practical experience of doing various service organizations. If they are not in a position to do it in their individual capacity or with their friends, they can join any of the organizations in their vicinity which is engaged with this type of activities, so that they will gain the primary information of what exactly is the charitable activities or seva activities and how we can volunteer in doing such activities. That is the starting point.
Okay. Perfect.
After few months or few years, if they feel we are comfortable with the various activities which we are doing and it is beneficial to the society, the impact is also very good. So we can institutionalize the work hitherto done as an unregistered or body of individuals.
So they will first observe the gap and then
Yes.
practice, then know what they need to do, afterwards establish an organization.
Yes.
So
That should be
it's-
the trend.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
it's like go to the college and afterwards go to work.
no, difficulty is we can start the institution, but we cannot stop it.
Correct.
Neither we can dissolve it. So before starting an institution, we should have the plan.
Okay, perfect.
Preparation, training, personnel,
Hmm.
then only we can go about.
Correct.
If we, in a hurry-burry, if I start putting a board and not doing the activity or don't know how to go about it, it will give a wrong impression about the institution among the people. So to avoid it, first informally we should have that group. Individually we can't do.
Hmm.
At the most I can contribute, I can assist in my individual capacity. But if I want to extend my activities, then it should be in group only.
Okay. Okay.
I can be the team leader, but I should have the members in the team.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Share the responsibility, delegate them,
Okay.
and do the job.
Right. Right.
Then it will give the desired effect, or we can achieve the target.
Hmm.
So in our country, we now call it as non-profit organization. People refer them as the NGO,
Correct.
non-governmental organization. But among the non-governmental organizations, there can be institutions of the profit motive
Right. Right.
or of non-profit motive.
Okay. Okay.
So governmental organizations means it is owned by the government or sponsored by the government.
Hmm.
Now non-governmental organizations is not sponsored by the government nor owned by the government, but the public at large.
Okay.
Individuals or any institutions, they can float a non-profit organization. Normally we do various activities which are called commercial activities,
Okay.
having the common agenda, that is we should earn profit, earn income. There may be chances of losses, but the intention, object of starting a business concern is to earn profit.
Correct. True.
Here in the case of a non-profit organizations, it is not a business, it is a service activity.
Correct.
Rendering services to the needy people.
True.
Without any profit motive. Even in few of the institutions I have observed that they are carrying on the business in the name of the non-profit organizations with the object that whatever the profit earned will be utilized as a source of income for their charitable or religious activities.
Okay. Oh, okay.
It is also permissible under the law.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Few of the institutions, especially those who are giving training in various skills, as a part of the training, they manufacture few articles. They may render certain services for which they will fix the price. They will get the sale proceeds.
Correct.
They will get the service charges.
Correct.
Technically it amounts to business.
True.
But the intention is not to carry on the business. It is to give training to the people to be self-reliant,
Okay.
to equip themselves with various skills which are required for employment. It may be self-employment or the wage employment. Everybody is interested
Yeah.
because it is the source of income for their livelihood.
Correct.
So, various organizations engaged in service activities, even though few of their activities are in business in nature, but others are rendering help to the people, to the needy people.
Perfect.
Maybe individuals, a family, or any other institutions. No problems. Now, if at all after practicing few activities, after gaining the experience, if the group intends that we should institutionalize our activity, then we have to choose any of the three types of constitution available in our country, Bharat.
Okay.
One is the trust, governed by the age-old 1882 Act, Indian Trust Act of 1882.
150 years old almost.
Yes. The second one is a society governed by the Indian Societies Registration Act of 1908,
That's also.
or the respective state government societies registration act after 1960.
Okay.
The third one is a company, Section 8 company we refer for a charitable activity, where there is no share capital, but there will be members, there will be directors, just like any other company, no shareholders. So if our volume or magnitude of service is that much in crores or in various areas, then we can choose the company format.
So then it
Compliances are more, but we can do it.
Okay.
But simpler will be trust or the society. For the formation of the trust, there should be some property. It may be immovable property or the movable property, including money to start with. Without property, we cannot float a trust. Even with 1 rupee token amount,
There should be.
we can start a company, we can start a trust. Not the society. For trust, money is required. That's corpus, original corpus.
Okay.
With that, or the income from that original corpus, its activities will be funded.
But we can raise other funds also.
We can raise afterwards for the registration purpose too.
Okay. Okay.
First. Second is for the society. For society, there should be at least 7 members with a common understanding.
Okay.
We want to form ourselves into an association for this particular purpose, and we will subscribe as a member of the society, and jointly we will carry on the various activities as per the object clause list.
But what is the advantage of a society over a trust?
So the difference between a trust and the society, as you told, society once registered, then it will be having the perpetual succession, continuity in the eyes of the law. It is an independent person. Person includes a society. Whereas trust is a body of individual or association of person not having perpetual succession. It depends on the trustees. They are the persons behind any of the trust. It is because the author of the trust, creator of the trust, reposes confidence on the persons, hands over his owned property, saying that you should hold this property, manage this property, and use the income of the property for the objects which I have mentioned.
Interesting.
So because of the trust reposed on the person, it is called a trust.
Okay. Okay. So the trust.
And on whom the trust is reposed, they are called the trustees. And the group of trustees is called board of trustees.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay. Whereas in the case of the society, it is the members. There may be class of members, life members, patron members, active members, ordinary members, no problems. The whole body of the members is called the general body, which is the supreme in the case of the society.
Okay.
They will decide what to do, how to do. And they will choose a small group as the managing committee or governing council to carry on the day-to-day activities. They will be delegated various responsibilities, duties, powers and limitations, so that on behalf of the members who are large in number, a small group will carry on the day-to-day administration and activities of the society.
Like the limitation for the minimum number, is there any limitation for the maximum number of people in the society?
No, there is no maximum number, minimum 7. In the case of the trust, technically one person can be a trustee.
Okay.
But for the purpose of the public trust, I recommend minimum 3 trustees, which can go up to 21. If it is more than 21, unmanageable.
Even 21 is little difficult to manage.
No, maximum. So from 3 to 21, we can have the trustees,
Okay.
and all the trustees shall be active. There cannot be a sleeping trustee or honorary trustee, because every trustee is responsible for the activities of the trust. So every trustee should involve in the activities.
Okay.
The case of the company, once again there are members. There is no share capital. There may not be any fees. But the members of the company will form the general body. They will elect the directors, a small group, and the directors will in turn carry on the day-to-day activities. It is governed by the Companies Act of India 2013. So, there are legal compliances more in company form than when compared with a society or the trust.
Okay, but when it comes to Section 8, maybe a lot of CSRs and donors believe it is better compared to a regular trust or regular society. Is it a misnorm, or is it a misunderstanding, or is it true?
It's a corporate culture,
Okay.
I call it as. It's a Western influence.
Okay.
They won't believe on the men. They don't believe on the family. They only believe on the documentation.
Okay.
So the company form of an institution is totally documented. They go by written documents, written agreements, written manuscripts. And in the place of the person, these written documents or the systems will take place. Impersonal. So they feel, because the company is having the perpetual succession status, members may come and go, individuals may come and go, but company will continue.
Organization
will continue. That is why they rely on such type of organization rather than a society or a trust. But in my personal view, considering various levels of compliances, I recommend a society instead of a trust or the company, which is better to run. When it's a case of a small group of people for a limited purpose, a limited area, trust is a better format.
Okay. Okay.
It depends on the volume.
Understood. So it could be, very limited amount that we are spending, very limited amount that we are raising, or probably the trustees themselves are putting the money and doing it. It could be a family that they are trying to do, etc., etc. Then it could be a trust which could be better. If your larger interests are serving the society at a larger scale, then society would be better, because it is not dependent on one person at any point in time. It would be depending on group of people. And the decision making is more in terms of a group of people taking a decision rather than one trustee. Understood, sir. So now the next question will be, what are the basic steps of legally to start a non-profit organization? What are the basic steps? Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4.
So if you choose a trust, then it should be evidenced by a written document called a trust deed.
Okay.
There should be one person who is declaring the trust. He should own the property.
The managing trustee, so-called managing.
Not managing trustee.
Okay.
Author of the trust, creator of the trust, settler of the trust.
Okay.
He is having property as a owner, and through this documentation, he declares that hereafter this will be the public property. I am transferring this property to my known persons who are called trustees, and they will hold this property. They will utilize the income of the property for various charitable activities or the religious activities listed in the document called the trust deed.
Okay.
it should be registered with the jurisdictional sub-registrar office as a document.
Okay.
That is the first step. Thereafter, it should be registered with the income tax authority as a charitable or as a religious institution. It is the second phase. The society, it should have minimum 7 people who are desirous of forming a society for a noble cause. Maybe religious also they can form, charitable activities also they can form, through 2 documents. One is called the Memorandum of Association, another is rules and regulations or bylaws of the society. These 2 documents properly approved, signed, should be presented to the assistant registrar or registrar of societies in the respective state for registration. He will inquire and then grant the registration. From the date of registration, that society will be in existence and having the perpetual succession, continuity. Members may come and go. The third one is the company. Just like the society, company should also, in the form of company, memorandum of association and articles of association. But for Section 8 company, we should take the earlier permission from the MCA, Ministry of Corporate Affairs, at the regional level, and then we have to register with the state ROC, Registrar of Companies. 2 steps are there. We can choose, but in all these 3 types of institutions, either as a trust or as a society or as a company, first is registering with the respective authority. As a document in the case of the trust with the sub-registrar, in the case of the society with the registrar or the assistant registrar, in the case of the company with the ROC, Registrar of Companies. That is the first phase of registration. Next, if they intend to avail the income tax exemption, benefit of not paying income tax on their collection, then they should register with the income tax authority, Commissioner of Income Tax Exemption. Previously, we had the provisions under the Indian Income Tax Act 1961. Now it is replaced by the Indian Income Tax Act 2025 with effect from 1st April 2026. Likewise, there are rules under the Income Tax Act. Previously it is 1964, now it is 2026 with effect from 1st April 2026. So the whole Income Tax Act and rules has been replaced by new enactment. Accordingly, we have to register our institution as a wholly religious or wholly charitable institution.
Or mix of both?
No. Either it is wholly religious or it is wholly charitable. Previously, before 1961, there were some institutions, especially religious institutions, they used to carry on certain charitable activities. It is permissible. The religious institutions can carry on charitable activities, it is permissible. But the benefit of tax exemption to the donor is not available in the case of the religious institution. What we call ATG benefit. It is available only to the charitable institutions. And income tax exemption at 2 different levels. Majority of the people are confusing ATG and 12AB.
Yeah, correct.
One is for the institution, another is for the donor. And people are asking, are you having ATG?
True, everybody asks.
Basically, we should ask, are you registered under Section 12AB? Are you a registered charitable institution? Second question should be, are you having the ATG recognition?
Yeah, they will just ask, can you give me receipt of ATG?
Because that person intends to have the tax benefit by donating. But technically, I want to make them the real fact that except for the contributions to specified organizations wherein they will get 100% exemption. For the majority of other institutions, they will get only 50% of the contributions made. If they contribute 10 lakhs rupees, then up to 5 lakhs, they will get the exemption, 50%. But for the remaining 50%, they have to pay the taxes. So the net effect will be, they have to pay by way of contribution, then they have to pay taxes on 50% of the contribution. So it is not a benefit, it is added back to the income.
So as long as you want philanthropic, just pay. Don't keep insisting on ATGM.
Yes. It is only for the philanthropic purpose we have to contribute, not for the tax benefit.
Okay. Now, the another question is, when it comes to trust and society, you said that the trust is fixed and society is people may come and go. That means whenever there is a change in the trustees, we have to re-register it with the registrar of sub-registrar. In case of society, members can come and go. There is no registration required. Am I correct in saying this?
No. In both the cases, we should inform the authorities.
Okay.
See, in the case of the society, every year, after holding the general body meeting, then we have to submit the application for the renewal.
Oh, okay.
At that point of time, we have to give the administrative report, which is inclusive of the details of the members, details of the new managing committee, the audited statement of accounts. It should be submitted to the registrar within 14 days of holding the annual general body meeting. In the case of the trust, if the trust deed provides that the existing trustees can nominate or appoint any additional trustees or fill the vacancy caused because of the death, resignation or any legal disqualification of a particular person, then accordingly they can pass a resolution and continue. But they should inform the income tax department while filing the income tax return all the names and addresses and details of the new trustees.
Perfect. What are the mistakes that you see the people do when they register a trust or a society or a section? Common mistakes, very, very common mistakes.
Common mistakes which I have observed is the drafting errors in the documents. The basic issue is the charitable activities. There is no definition of religious activities, but there is a definition of charitable activities. With due respect, majority of the document writers or advocates or even chartered accountants, they have not gone through the provisions of the Income Tax Act which defines which are the charitable activities.
Okay.
So they will list out various objects according to their whims and fancies without going through the provisions of the Act.
So whatever the trustee says, I want to do this, they will just
they will include just. But even the trustees are not aware of this definition, nor the document writers or the advocates or the chartered accountants are aware of this. So there is a small clash between the object clause as far as income tax is concerned and as far as the general clauses are concerned. So I appeal the people that you must enlist various activities as per the definition clause of the Income Tax Act. Then only you will get the income tax exemption. Otherwise, if you are prepared to pay 30% as the tax on the total collection, forget about all these formalities, go with the 70% collection. No problems. Nobody will stop you.
Yeah, but that 30% is useful to the people.
So
that is the purpose of that.
So for that purpose, you have to go through the definition of charitable activities as per the Income Tax Act.
Okay, it is available on Google G. Anybody can actually get
it? Yes, anybody can go to the Income Tax Department website.
They will get it.
They will get it, or the Finance Department website, they will get it. Okay. So in the new Act, because it is effective from 1st April 2026, section 2 within bracket 23. It defines various charitable activities. Which are they? Number 1 is relief of poor, extending financial assistance to the needy, maybe individual, family, or the persons in distress. Relief of the poor. Second is education, imparting education from pre-primary to doctorate, technical, art, medical, engineering, law, any.
Okay.
All type of educational institutions are covered under the definition of charitable activities. The third is the yoga. Yoga instruction, yoga practice, yoga therapy, yoga show.
Okay.
Anything connected with yoga. We call it Ashtanga yoga. Fourth,
Okay.
for the people as well as for the animals. Fifth is preservation of the environment.
The tree plantation or
All are preservation of the environment. Sixth is preservation of the historical places and monuments.
Okay.
Not new construction, old constructions, we can preserve it. Various historical places, we can preserve it. It is also treated as charitable activities. The seventh is any other object of general public utility not involving business. I should not carry on the business.
Okay.
But I can have any other activity. And which are they? Out of the list accepted by the department, hostel for the student, hostel for the working woman, home for the senior citizens, Goshala, Annadana, skill development, women empowerment. All such activities for the benefit of the people, irrespective of the caste, creed, sex or religion. Then it will be considered as a charitable activity.
But if I maintain a park, will it be considered as a charitable?
Yeah, it may come under the preservation of the environment.
Okay.
Once it is registered, then we have to follow the act, rules, government orders or the procedures laid in our own documents. For example, in the case of the trust, it is wholly governed by the provisions in the trust deed. With regard to its activities, that is called object clause. With regard to the administration, that is called the duties, powers, responsibilities and the limitations of the directors, trustees. And with regard to the provisions of a bank account or the books of account or the liquidation or continuation, like that, all these aspects will be governed by, in the case of the trust deed. In the case of the society, it is bylaws. In the case of the company also, the articles of association. First we have to study. My experience is majority of the people are not reading their own documents.
They made it, kept it somewhere, doing their
registered, and afterwards they thought it is a registered. Okay, fine, it is a good document to be preserved, and it is preserved. But actually, it is not to be. It is to be preserved, but it should be practiced by reading, understanding. So, if you go through the provisions, which are already registered document, and we will come across with various aspects, doubts which we are having in our mind.
How will the conflict resolution happen in a trust or a Section 8 company? What should be done to ensure that, first of all, conflict doesn't come? If the conflict comes, how will it be governed?
Normally, there will be provision for arbitration.
Okay.
We have to appoint a third party to hear our grievances, and after hearing the grievances or the explanations, he can guide us, and the persons involved shall abide by the guidance given by the third party. We may also refer the matter to the law court, but it will take more time, more cost. So, majority of the differences of opinion because lack of information or wrong information.
Or lack of knowledge.
Lack of knowledge. Not communicating each other. So, the soft skill called communication, it should be practiced. We should have the patient hearing. It is also one of the skill. Then we should decide. After hearing all the people, after thinking of the pros and cons of the situation, then according to our best practices, if you decide, there will not be any conflict.
And these board meetings and documentation, would it help for this?
Yes, yes. It is a platform where we can discuss within ourselves. It need not be outside. In camera we can do it, no problems.
Okay.
So, sharing our experiences, our opinion freely in the interest of the institution. If it is self-centered, self-interest, gone case. It should be community interest. It should be the institutional interest. Then there may not be any difficulties.
What is the frequency of these board meetings or the trustee meetings?
It depends upon the volume.
Ideally,
there should be one meeting in every 3 months. At least 4 meetings in a year.
Okay. That's minimum.
That is minimum. And if it is required, you can have monthly meeting, ideal. Or if it is required, you can have once in 15 days or once in week, depend upon the volume and the requirement.
Okay.
Whether it is a trust, society or even the company. But meeting is necessary.
You have already answered this question. What exactly qualifies as a charitable purpose under the Indian income tax law?
Yes.
And the stated objective also. But importance of clarity in the object clause. What is that importance? Why is it so important and why it should be clarified with utmost clarity?
Yeah. Because the institution requires exemption of payment of tax, income tax. With that intent, it has registered with the income tax authority as a religious institution or a charitable institutions. And they have to report to the income tax department after the year end about the various activities and the financial implications. So, for that purpose, the department has evolved a format called income tax return. In the 1961 rules, it is ITR7. In there will be schedule to be reported, giving the details of the state of affairs, that is called balance sheet. What are the funds of the institution and what are the application of the institution, that is the assets and liabilities. Just like the income of the institution and application of the income. So, there is a format and that format is as per the definition of the charitable activities in section 223.
Okay.
In the same order.
Okay.
Relief to the poor, education, yoga, medical relief, preservation of the environment, preservation of the historical places and monuments, and any other object of general public utility. 8th head is the administrative expenses. So, if I maintain my books of account, there is a rule also in the same format, then it will be easier to report. It will be easier to evaluate. But people are not having the information of the books and records to be maintained. With effect from 1st April 2022, before that there was no specific format in which we have to maintain the books or we have to maintain the records. But Rule 17AA of Income Tax Act 1964 or under the new income tax rules, the whole chapter, they have specified that every registered institution shall maintain 6 types of the books,
Oh,
9 types of the records.
oh, okay, okay. So whether it is a trust or some
Whoever may be, whether it's a trust, society or company, they have to maintain their books of account, their records as per the specification under the rule.
okay. What are this?
Sir, books of accounts means one is the cash book because there is a limitation on the cash transactions.
Correct.
Another is the journal, passing the journal entries. Any commerce graduate will understand what exactly is the journal entry, double entry accounting principle. The third is the ledger,
Okay.
according to the head of account. Here, the classification of the application and income shall be as per the object clause. It's a objective classification. But what is happening is, majority of the accountants, they know how to maintain the books of account for a commercial organizations, business organizations. So, there the object is to earn profit. So, all the expenses and income will be segregated on the subjective matter.
Okay.
It is a subjective classification.
Correct.
For example, sales, purchases, salary or wage, travelling expenses, telephone expenses, electricity charges, bank charges, interest, like that. It is a subjective classification. But in the case of the non-profit organizations, it should be objective. The very purpose of having the institution to carry on certain objectives.
Okay.
So, total expenditure or total income for a particular object, how much is that during the year? It is to be reported. So, it is a objective classification.
Okay.
A little specialized accounting format.
All right. Okay.
Recently, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India has given a format for a non-corporate sector institutions. It's accounting standards. But the whole that standards have been developed for the purposes of the business organizations,
Okay.
not for the non-profit organizations. People are confusing because they don't know that the law has prescribed the specific format to be reported, to be maintained.
So it's the ignorance which
Ignorance of the law. They should read on 20th March 2026, new income tax rule 2026 has been released, approved.
Okay.
Now we have to go through all those rules because it is effective from 1st April. And they have changed the nomenclature of the year. Previously, there was previous year, assessment year, financial year, all such confusions were there. Now it is simple tax year. Whether it is calendar year, financial year, whatever may be, it's called tax year of 12 months. So, for a particular tax year, we have to write the books of account, recording all the financial transactions, receipts and payments, classify as per the objects, and issue receipts whenever we receive the money.
Okay.
Whether in money or material or services, we have to issue the receipt.
Okay. Even for material.
Yes.
Okay.
It should be recorded in kind.
And should be put the value also for it?
Value also.
Okay.
The donor shall specify what is the value of the items handed over to the institution for the purposes of carrying on the activity of their objects. So, we should receive a letter from the donor strictly.
Oh, okay.
If it is a corpus for the purposes of creation of the asset represented by the fund called corpus, then there should be written direction by the donor that I am contributing a sum of rupees so and so for the particular purpose. Construction of the building, purchase of the land, providing infrastructure, or depositing in the approved securities, and out of the interest earned on such deposits or investments, you have to carry on the following activities. Like that, the donor shall contribute through a written document, which will be better. Especially when we receive cash. Then we have to accept a cash contribution supported by a written document. Otherwise, what happens after this, when it is inquired into, he will say that I have not given.
Correct.
Then anonymous contribution, straight away 30% tax.
And it
If it is supported by a written letter by the donor, then I can contest. It is not anonymous, even though if it is a cash, it is supported by the letter given by the donor. I can identify the donor. That is one point. Second is, the Act requires that you should maintain the books of accounts of the current tax year. How much is received, how much is applied. And they say, out of the total receipts, not less than 85% shall be utilized or applied for your objects during that year. It should be paid.
During that year means financial year or calendar?
Tax year. Now the new word is tax year.
Tax year. That is
1st April to 31st March.
So if I get money even in the month of March, I'll have to utilize it before 31st of March.
In such a case, as you told, when I receive at the fag end of the year, I may not be in a position to spend.
Correct.
Then I should apply to the income tax department before 2 months filing the return of income that I have received the amount not in a position to utilize in this particular year, but I will utilize that amount for the objects in the subsequent year or subsequent 5 years. If I apply with the specific objects, purpose, then the department will approve it.
Okay. Okay.
I can defer the payments to the next year. That provision is there.
Okay. Ji, you mentioned about the 12B and 80G, etc. In what time, what is the chances of losing 12B and 80G for any of the NPOs? Why will they lose it?
Yeah. First is at the expiry of the term. For the new institutions, for the first time if I apply, then they will give me the provisional certificate. The moment I started or registered an institution, maybe trust or a society or a company, there will be gestation period of starting the activities. It may take not less than 6 months. So within 6 months of the date of registration, I will start my activities. Department will allow me. So after starting the activities, then I should apply to the department for a permanent registration. Initially, I will get the provisional registration because I have not started the activity. I have yet to start the activity.
It is just to allow you to start.
So, allow you to start. Provisional registration will be granted. So, within 6 months, after 6 months, within 6 months prior to the termination of the period, normally for 3 years. That is from 7th month to the 28th month. I should apply for a permanent registration under section 12AB. So, registration will be granted. They may inquire, have you started the activities? Yes. What is the activities? It is as per your object. It is as per the objects of the section 223 definition of the charitable activities. Then fine. It is for the public purpose. Fine. Irrespective of the caste, creed, sex or religion, are you extending the benefits? Yes. It will be done. So, after getting the permanent registration, then they will specify the year. Previously, it was 5 years term. Now, for a smaller organization, so less than having 5 crore financial
transactions,
they have extended it to 10 years. So, from 26-27 to 36-37, they will give. It is a registration for the institution exempting income tax. That's called 12AB in the previous. Now it is 332 under the new law. So next question is of ATG, which you have referred.
Correct.
That ATG exemption is not for the institution.
It's for the individual.
It is for the donor to get the benefit of the income tax because he has contributed to the approved institutions or approved purposes. So this part of extending the tax benefit, we call it as Chapter 6 deductions under the old existing income tax of 1961. It may not be continued as it is in the next year. Next financial year. I mean 2025 Act. My request with the people, don't contribute for tax benefit. You contribute with philanthropic mindset. It is for the people. I am having income because of the people, so I will pay back to the people. Samajika runa. Social obligation. With the efforts of various peoples in the community, I am in a position, little affluent, having more income, more facilities, more education, more standard of living. So I have to repay by way of contributing for the public cause. With this philanthropic idea in our mind, we have to contribute. Tax benefit is secondary.
But even then, why will any organization, any NPOs lose that ATG, giving that tax benefit to the
Now, when they have not complied with the regulations, when they have not responded to the notices issued by the department.
Or the time bar.
Or the time bar.
That's all.
Then automatically restrictions will be cancelled.
Okay. There is no other reason to
No
lose
other reason.
Okay. Now, is there any specific rule to receive donations either from India or from abroad?
From domestic, any of the people or any of the institution, you can receive contributions absolutely in the form of INR, Indian National Rupee.
Okay.
We can receive. There is no restrictions whatsoever, nor monetary limits, except for the cash receipt.
Okay. What is the limit?
For the cash receipt, it is 2 lakhs rupees at the most from a person for a particular purpose, cause. That is 1,99,999, not more than that. Because the rule says, if at all you want to pay in excess of 2 lakhs, then it should be by account pay check or draft or ECS. By way of cash, you cannot pay for any purpose. For any purpose. So there is a restriction. That is why within our country, if at all we have to receive cash, we can. Absolutely there is no bar. But there is a limitation. Likewise for payment also, there is a limitation. 10,000 rupees limit per person per day, per program. So I recommend that the non-profit organizations should practice routing their all financial transactions through a bank account. They should have an account, either SB account or current account in any of the nationalized banks or a scheduled bank or post office bank or cooperative bank also it is allowed. And they should deposit all their collections to the bank account. They should pay all their expenditure through the bank account. They can have the petty cash reimbursement system. Absolutely there is no bar. But it is better to deposit as per the receipt
to the bank.
Total amount to the bank. Not to appropriate the cash received and cash paid.
Don't do book adjustment.
Don't book adjustment. So if they follow this principle, then there will not be any difficulties.
But how about abroad?
With regard to the foreign contributions, there is a restrictions. We are having Foreign Contributions Regulations Act. Other than an INR, if any foreign individuals or foreign institutions intend to contribute, on their own they won't. We have to appeal.
Correct.
So we have to first register ourselves under the Foreign Contributions Regulation Act. For which purpose, now we should have a bank account in State Bank of India, Samsad Marg, exclusively. And the foreign contribution, first opening of the bank account, then registering under the Home Department for this foreign contributions. So after the registration, then only the government will allow any contributions other than INR to be credited to that account. Only one account for a NPO in State Bank of India, Samsad Marg. In no other account, foreign contributions other than the INR
Is allowed.
it will be deposited, allowed to be deposited, allowed to be credited.
Is it extremely complex kind of a situation?
Now, why should we opt for the contributions from the
There are so
foreigners?
many people who have a lot of money who wanted to give.
Now, see, if they are a resident of the India or having the Indian passport, they will not be considered as a foreigner.
I agree.
So they are having the roots in India, having the passport of India. They can contribute. Such contributions will not be considered as a foreign contribution. Foreign nationals,
Any money coming in rupee will not be considered as FCRA.
FCRA.
Okay. So, but if the money is coming in dollars, then
Dollars,
it becomes,
or any other foreign
any
currency.
ruble or whatever foreign
yes.
currency. But if they are giving, then this is a must.
Yes.
Okay.
And we should not club these contributions, foreign contributions and domestic contribution together. We should have a separate account. We should have a separate purpose. And those foreign contributions shall be applied, utilized for that permitted purposes only, exclusively. It should not be mixed with the domestic contribution.
If the particular activity, the object, for example, if particular NPO will receive the money based on a particular object, out of that, part of that they are not doing, some other NPO is doing, can they transfer the money?
No.
The foreign contribution money cannot be transferred.
No non-profit organizations shall be allowed as a funding agency. It should carry on its activities on its own. Because the definition of the charitable activities, which I have told you, section 223, won't cover this funding.
But if I am not capable of doing it,
Then you dissolve it.
okay.
If you are not in a position to do the activities, then you are unfit to continue. You dissolve it. Or gain experience.
No, but to gain
Incorporate resource persons.
so that resource, if it is another NPO, can I transfer the money? That is my question.
We can transfer the amount to another institution, NPO, for the purposes of the conducting charitable activities.
Okay.
In both the organizations, there should be common object.
Object.
Here education, there also education. Then I can transfer. But the condition is, if I transfer such amount, then out of the transferred amount, only 85% will be considered as an application. For the remaining 15%, I may have to pay the taxes.
Oh.
I cannot transfer for the purpose of the corpus. For the activities I can have.
Okay. Okay.
Or two organizations can join together and carry on a common program,
Common program. Okay.
common project. It's allowed. Joint venture.
Okay. Okay. Only one organization might receive.
One organization will provide all the infrastructure and spade work. The other organizations will
execute
fund.
it. Okay.
Then these organizations will pay to the parties, those who have provided goods and services directly, not routing it through another organization.
Organization. Okay. Okay.
That care is to be taken. When it's a joint venture program, two or more organizations can join together. Absolutely, there is no bar. Then the organizations which is paying, it should pay directly to the providers of the goods and services.
Okay. What is the biggest challenge in case of FCRA compliance?
Sir, challenge is we should have the clear idea of the projects for which foreign contributions is required. I should have the project report, proper plan. This is the project and I have to carry on this project through the foreign contributions. It's very specific. People thought it is one source of fund. No, it's an independent source, independent project, not to be mixed with the domestic. Because I have to give the account of the contributions received and applied, assets created out of the foreign contributions. So there is a regular format of reporting to the department of various contributions received, from whom received, for which purpose it is utilized. All things are there. It should be separate books of account shall be maintained. It should be audited. We can consolidate and give the information to the income tax department. There also separate schedule is there. Domestic as well as the foreign contributions. So people are not aware of these procedures and they opt for foreign contributions. See, for one purpose, if foreign contributions is required, then they need not register. They can take the permission. Government will give
One-time permission.
one-time permission. For a particular project, it will be funded by the foreigner or the foreign institutions. Kindly permit.
Whom should we write to?
To the Home Department.
Home Department.
There is a portal, FCRA. You have to write. You can take the permission for a specific project. If you have registered, after completion of the project, you deregister.
Okay.
If it is to be continued, then the department is telling at least to the extent of the 15 lakhs worth in a block period of 3 years, you have to receive. You cannot keep it idle.
Okay. Once you are registered.
Once you are registered, at least 5 lakhs rupees worth or contribution you have to receive. Otherwise, you deregister. So, blanket registration is not given because so many institutions registered under the Foreign Contributions Regulations Act not doing the activities, not doing the right activities in the interest of the country, not reporting, keeping it idle. So, it is foreign money.
Correct.
It impacts on our national economy.
Absolutely right.
So, government intends to have some control. It is right in the interest of the country. Absolutely no problem.
What are the minimum financial systems that a small NPO should put in place from the beginning?
Sir,
Small
it
NPOs.
depends upon the type of activities, type of objects which is carrying on. So, I told you the resources can be money, material or the manual services. Few of the activities are not requiring money. It requires manual services.
Correct.
Few of the activities are not requiring money or the manual services. It requires certain goods in kind.
Correct.
For example, I require food to carry on a particular program. It can be provided by somebody else, sponsorship. I will bear the cost of the food. I will prepare and provide you. Don't spend it. For construction of the building, I require sand, I require steel, I require stones, I require bricks. People can contribute in kind.
Correct.
So it depends on the activity. There is no minimum limit or maximum limit. But what the Act says is, if you are collecting more than the taxable limit, then you should get your accounts audited by a qualified chartered accountant and report. Now almost 4 lakhs, I can say so. Up to 4 lakhs, fine. More than 4 lakhs, then I should get it audited. That is the only condition.
What is the GST application here?
So, GST application is depend upon the services, because it is the non-profit organizations may not deal in goods, but they may deal in services coming under the GST tariff. For example, rent is a service taxable under the GST. Sale of scrap is a good taxable under the GST. Imparting tuition for a charge, not free of cost, for a charge, is a service taxable under GST. So, depend upon our activity, sale of good or services, GST will apply.
Okay.
It is applicable to non-profit organizations also.
Okay.
Depend upon the total turnover. If it is sale of goods only, no other services, then the limit is 40 lakhs as on today. If my total collections during the year is less than 40 lakhs, I need not register. In the case of the services, it is 20 lakhs limit. So, it depends upon my activity. I have to go through the activities. I cannot generalize. Then if any of the head of account is appearing in the tariff of the GST, then I should register.
If I have accumulated GST because I have bought something as an NPO, and those GST accumulation can be utilized for paying the GST or not?
It can be. As a registered dealer, I can adjust the input tax credit
You can take it.
to the output tax payable. I can adjust. Absolutely, there is no problem. The same rules applicable to the registered dealer will also apply to the registered non-profit organizations under the GST. But the definition of charitable, because in GST Act there is a few exemption, especially in connection with the medical health care units. Those definition are not at par with the definition under the Income Tax Act.
Okay.
So, GST definition of charitable activities is different. Charitable activities as well, Income Tax Act is different.
Okay.
So, a small
Gap is
confusion gap. It is to be settled by the government. Common definition under the various schemes.
Now, what is the key compliance calendar? In the sense, these are all the things that you need to submit to the government so that you are not unnecessarily caught off guard.
Fine. One is the registration and renewal of the registration with the time. Second is reporting. Maybe quarterly, monthly, quarterly or annually. Within the specified date, we have to report. If it is a payment of taxes, within the specified dates, on or before, we have to pay. If I comply all these things, then there will not be any difficulties. But what happens, people wait, last date, we will file it. But at the nth moment, there will be heavy rush. They may lose the opportunity to file, which attracts penal provisions, including interest.
So, in case of audit timelines, if there are any specific timelines, can you specify?
Yeah. In the case of the non-profit organizations, if their total collection is more than the taxable limit, then they have to get their accounts audited by a chartered accountant. And the chartered accountant shall submit his audit report online. Previously, it was Form B and Form BB, depend upon the turnover. If the total turnover is more than 5 crore, then Form number 10B. If it is less than 5 crore, Form 10BB. Now, the new forms under the 26 rules. I have to go through it, the number of the rules, because it's just published 4 days ago.
Okay.
So, same type of forms, absolutely there is no problem, but it should be filed before 30th September of the
Year.
tax year.
Okay. So for 2026, September 2026,
For the 2025-26, before September 30th of 2026,
it should
we
be
have to file.
Okay.
Thereafter, 1 month time will be given for filing the income tax return, where the audit is mandatory.
Mandatory. Okay.
If there is no audit, my total collection is less than the taxable limit, then I need not file the tax return. But to be on the safer side, because I have a registered organizations, then I should file the ITR before 31st July.
Oh, so it's before the audit.
Before the audit, because audit is not required. In such case, before 31st July, I have to file the return.
But
If
what
audit is required, then for filing the audit report 30th September, for filing the income tax act 31st October.
October. Okay. Okay. What is the taxable limit? You mentioned about the taxable limit.
So now it is previously it was 2.5 lakhs. Now the next finance bill for the 26-27, it will be around 4 lakhs.
No. So it's too small an amount. Anybody will have to pay taxes in any case.
No. It is for the individual's tax, and these non-government, non-profit organizations will be considered as an individual for the purpose of taxation. If it is collections is less than the taxable limit, there will not be tax at all.
Okay. See, how important is this ITR7 filing for an NPO? If I don't file, what happens?
My license, the registration will be cancelled.
Cancelled. Okay.
Simple. I lose all my benefits of tax exemption.
Okay. Okay. So what are the common errors that these people might do when they are filing the ITR7? One is the time.
One is time. Second is the information.
Information. Okay.
Because the ITR requires the information in a particular manner.
Okay.
The schedule having the various heads. And these books of accounts are not maintained accordingly. So wrong informations may be fed with the system, and it's online filing.
Okay. Okay.
If you found any mistake, I can file the revised return before the assessment.
But they will never follow it up.
Once it is, because the persons who are conducting the activities are not aware the format in which they have to report. They designate or delegate that work to a qualified person, maybe an accountant or tax practitioner or a chartered accountant or advocate who is practicing this filing of the returns, and they are not doing any of the activities. Though we should report, these are all my activities, accordingly I have maintained the books, and accordingly you have to file the information. Along with the income tax return, I have to file the names, addresses, phone number, Gmail, email ID and ID proof of all the managing committee members or trustees.
Okay. Okay.
Every year.
Oh.
Every year. So if it is not filed, incomplete record. Blindly I cannot put my tick or any other. So there are some mandatory fields in the income tax return which is to be filled.
Okay. What are the other norms apart from this finance and taxation that any NPO has to follow? Like, it could be labor laws, it could be sexual harassment related laws. And what are the other things like that, like GST?
It depends upon the number of employees which a non-profit organization is having. Because recently government is coming with the 4 labor code in the interest of the employees. It is applicable to an establishment including non-profit organization. One is assuring the minimum wage. Now it is 24,000 per month for an employee of 8 hours, single shift. That is the minimum assurance of the government to an employee that he will get the minimum emolument. Then some facilities, provident fund facility, state insurance, or any other benefits, including this maternity leave, or recently coming up monthly
Periods.
that leave, public holidays. See, all those things are in the interest of the people who are working. A better working condition. There may be disputes. For settling the dispute also, this law is applicable. Justice. There should not be any differences because of the sex. For a male member giving more amount, for the female member giving less amount.
Not giving promotion.
Not giving promotions, not giving higher post. It should not be that. There should not be discrimination between the male and female because of the sex. Now the third category of the people, neither they are male or nor transgender. They are also human being. So you considered all these things as one. They are doing their job. They are giving their better hard work for the purposes of the institutions. The delegated job will be done by them. Then only you will achieve the targets. So provide them sufficient working condition.
Basic community.
Basic.
Will the volunteers come under this?
It is not very clear. The volunteers or Sevavrati or honorary members, they are not employed because according to my knowledge, there will not be any agreement between the non-profit organizations and among the volunteers.
Yes, correct.
They are coming on their own.
They are not paid for it.
They are not paid. But volunteers may be given reimbursement of the expenditure.
Correct.
Or a minimum expenditure for their daily
that day's affair.
Day's expenses. So it depends on the circumstances. But in general, the volunteers will not be considered as an employee.
Okay.
There
If there are vendors who are working with us, should we take care of their PF, ESI, or we will have to only look at them?
Sir, vendors means a supplier of goods or supplier of the services.
Yeah.
They are independent of the organization.
Okay.
Independent of the organizations. If any of the vendor also partaking in the activities of the institution, out of passion, voluntarily he is doing that job, not because he is a vendor.
Correct.
So his status as a volunteer and as a vendor is different. So vendor, whenever he does any work in the non-profit organization, that he is doing that job is in individual capacity, out of passion, for not any personal benefit, for the purposes of the people. He is rendering his services. So that be the case, we have to draw a line between a vendor and a volunteer.
Okay. So our planned questions are done.
Yeah.
So if you want to give some message to people who want to start a new MPO, or if you want to say something to them, you are welcome.
Now, my suggestion is first you do the services. Acquaint yourself with various types of services which you can do, either in your individual capacity or with your friends or with your neighbors, no problems. First you do the activities, gain some knowledge and experience, then think of institutionalizing the activity. Unless you do the activity, simply starting an institution will not serve the purpose.
Very
Number
nice.
one. Second is you should have a group. There cannot be one person institution.
That's not an institution.
It's not an institution. So there should be a group having the common understanding, common communications, skill and intention of forming themselves into an institution, do the religious or the charitable activities. Without people, without the group, you cannot continue. Third, get a training from the appropriate organizations which is imparting training for the persons interested to do the non-profit activities. Just like our Prakarsh Academy in Bangalore. For the couple of years they are trying to educate the people, those who are interested, dividing the whole activities into 4 categories of the project management, human resource, funding or CSR, and the compliances, these legal compliances. So likewise, there may be other institutions also all over the country. And you go through the information when they are conducting the classes, or if they are answering to your query, raise the query, get the information, understand, then proceed. So through this, we can improve the quality of the services, our efficiency level, our impact.
And
Ultimately, all these service activities are conducted for the benefit of the people at large, irrespective of the caste, creed, sex or religion.
perfect, sir.
People may need it. Don't carry on the activity as per your whims and fancies. You make a survey. What the people require?
Correct.
Where it is required. Accordingly, you plan your activity.
There is no competition required within the
No
services.
question of competition, sir. See, in my mind, I may think of starting a school. But there should be student first.
Correct.
I should have the survey. Are there children having the school going
Need for
children
the
there?
school.
0 to 6 or 6 to 14 like that. I should carry on the survey. Or there should be students from the outside area. There also I have to carry on the survey.
Correct.
People are interested in specific type of education. Then I can think of starting a school.
Correct.
Likewise, any other, starting a hospital, starting a, for any activity, there should be a demand.
So look at the demand.
Look at the demand, look at the requirement of the people, then do the job.
All right. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah. So I hope the people, those who are viewing this episode, they will understand, and if at all they are having any of the doubts or queries, they can approach Prakarsh Academy
Yes.
through their social media
Yes.
or a phone call which may be given to you. The very intention of these organizations to educate the people, those who are involved in service organizations, to improve the quality of the or standards of the management.
Correct.
Those who are interested, engaged in these activities, I appeal the people at large to make use of the facilities. Once again, it is not for profit organizations, non-profit organizations.
Correct, sir. This whole video itself
Yeah.
is free,
And,
anybody can access
anybody
it
can
anytime,
access, yes.
wherever,
Fine.
however they want to.
So I personally thank the trustees and the executives of the Prakarsh Academy Bangalore for giving me an opportunity to share my experiences and opinions.
No, sir, we are thankful to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.